happened, baby? What happened? Oh, what happened? Huh? Didn't I sit here and didn't I go over this every single day of the... Didn't I go over this case in this trial every single day? We broke down the transcripts. We weren't doing what these fools was doing on here. Talking about, I'll bet anything in the book. Man, Diddy going for life. Dude, I bet everything I got. Listening to people like Dumb Bastard. Dumb Bastard was running around here making a fool of his damn self for money. So the verdict is in. Everybody can see it now. The charges against Sean Diddy Combs. Racketeering, not guilty. Knew that was coming. Sex trafficking by force, not guilty. Knew that was coming. This is the only case I was concerned about. Counts 3 and 5, which is basically the same case, is transportation to engage in prostitution. He was going to clean the board of being not guilty of everything, but it's the Mann Act. Because they need to modify the Mann Act. We just talked about it a few hours ago. They need to change this law. Because they flew in and had sex, even though it's consensual, these charges, they'll appeal those and get those thrown out. Now, Dumb Bastard and Teaser Tails can cry and hold each other. We don't want to hear it. Oh, we don't want to hear it. Because, see, the Mann Act is a racist law that they put together to control your brains and control black folk. That's what it was there for. And this Mann Act, and what did I tell you? They wanted to find him guilty of something, right? So that he can't sue the city of New York. But there was no case. So they didn't buy Cassie's bullshit and they didn't buy James' bullshit. I tried to tell y'all this from the jump. They're racketeering. It's ridiculous. There's no evidence. This is why I keep trying to tell people, stop listening to fools. Everybody was telling you what was real. These fools kept doing this for the money. All these Nancy Graces and this fake ass Nancy Grace called Teaser Tails. She was on Nancy goddamn Grace. They don't know a goddamn thing. So, Dumb Bastard, you gonna break the internet tonight. I'm Dumb Bastard, you gonna break the internet tonight. They already got that. They already proved that charge. They already proved that. Look at that. They already proved it. Man, look at that. They already proved this. They proved that. They proved that. They got the... Man, they already got that prostitution right there. I was like, you dumb bastard. It's not prostitution if they're not listed as prostitutes. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Integrity means something around here. Telling it like it is means something around here. That's why this result came out the way it did. I thought he would have to appeal to get him. I knew the racketeering wasn't going to stick. Hell no. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen put together for a damn RICO charge. You think a RICO charge is finna stand with one individual standing there? If they convict one guy from RICO, you might as well get out of the goddamn country. See, when people show you who they are, this is what they want to do. All they care about is views. All they care about is how many people they got watching them. All they care about, they will say and do anything. Pull their pants down and put their butt on the screen to try to blow up. Stupid. Stupid McNupid. Now, you got egg on your face. Diddy finna do life. He finna do 20, 30 years. Diddy be home by the night. Diddy be home by the night. What? He talking about Diddy finna. Diddy gonna be home by the night. Day, 4th of July, buddy. Hey, let's get it. Take this money. Oh, take that money. Oh, ain't no way you can take this from me. Hey, shake it, honey. Oh, shake it, honey. Let's get it. Light blue gators. Let's get it. Woo! I'm finna have me a Diddy party this week. Just for that, tomorrow night, a Diddy party kicking off. Hey, government. How's the family? Oh! Oh! Oh, I ain't saying gonna be at my house now. I ain't crazy. That ain't that crazy. Now, Diddy will appeal those other 2 guilty charges and they will be removed. But see, this is what I'm talking about. You see, all of these clowns is on here, and it ain't just those 2. There's a lot of other clowns on here who've been going around saying the same thing over and over again. No, he ain't. Dumb bastard, happy as can be, because he was only doing this for clicks and views. He didn't care nothing about no damn Cassie, trying to act like he was on a crusade for women. He was ridiculous. The whole time through this trial, we're trying to explain to him with reason what was happening. He wanted to be a dumb bastard. He said, no, I'm a dumb bastard. And he was reading whatever they had on the screen, TMZ, all of y'all fake. Oh, Diddy's going down. Diddy's this. Yeah. All of y'all look dumb as hell. This is bigger than dumb bastard. It goes way past him. Look, Kev. Right. You see, when you authentic, none of this bothers you. None of this go down. Tell it like it is. That's the only thing I say. I hope this is a lesson for dumb bastard. Dumb bastard. Tell it like it is. Tell it like it is. When you looked at this case and you still sitting up there doing the bullshit you've been doing, for a whole month straight. If you feel you can't be successful without doing that, and you want to do this bullshit to do it, then that's on you. You compromise yourself and your integrity. So now you're looking dumb and surprised by the decision. This is the decision it should have been. It should have been not guilty all through. And they wanted to do that. They wanted to do that. But they couldn't because they had to follow the code. Now you see why the juror, they was having a problem with one of the jurors. And the problem that's caught up is the Mann Act. That's why they asked for translation. It was like, let us hear the testimony from Daniel Bryan again and Cassie, because they had a problem with that. That's the Mann Act. That's the only charge I was saying. It's phony and it's fake, but it's the law. It's what's there. So if you flow somebody out, you know what I'm saying? It's even if it's consensual, which it was, and they were having all these freak offs, you can't ignore the evidence that they have in the case on the defense. If you gonna tell the story, tell it right. You put a bunch of lying people on the stand, that weakens your case. I'm getting information from lawyers, real lawyers, and what they were saying was true. You can't charge this man with prostitution. Everybody like, what's prostitution then? You can't prostitute people that was consensually going along with it. Jane was sitting here bragging when she's talking with the sex worker. She's in on it. They ain't fall for that. Once they heard all the text messages and saw all the defense chopping these people up, and y'all, Diddy, he lost today. No, he didn't. I'm like, the defense is whooping their ass. What trial are you watching? What trial was y'all watching? Y'all wasn't there. Y'all was there to paint narratives. And Teaser Tales is going to do the same thing. Now she going to say, Diddy's bought his way out. All this BS is coming next. Because now they got to eat crow. No, you said he was gone. You said they got him. Ooh, she got him. Oh, Diddy ain't this. Oh, Diddy ain't that. No, they done with Diddy. You can't mess with him no more. You cannot come and charge him with none of this garbage no more. And he will file an appeal to those two charges and have that stuff off his record. That Mann Act stuff is out of there. Yeah, everybody said Diddy's done all this garbage. Garbage. You think Diddy getting 20 years for this Mann Act? These are lesser charges, believe me. He's not getting no damn 20 years. Stop. See, this is why we talk about on the Carcino for Life channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Super chat is working. Cash App is Carcino. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it real around here. Yeah. A lot of people looking real stupid right about now. But they put that egg on their face. Y'all put that egg on y'all face. Y'all decided to go after this man and try to strip this man down. It shouts at all these clowns. All these clowns. Teaser, Nancy, Grace, TMZ, all of these fools who call themselves experts. Experts? And you didn't see this coming? I said they're going to find him guilty on something. He's not going to get these charges. He was going to be found guilty on these small charges. He will appeal those and get that shit out of here. They will go before a judge, and the judge going to say, get this shit out of here. Straight like that. Diddy should be home by dinner time. Tired of playing with these fools. You have to listen to the evidence in the case. Shouts out to Brian Steele, Agnifino, all these people they made fun of. You just got Diddy 20 years. Man, please. The Mann Act should be the case that we all think about. When we start talking about laws and things that need to be changed and modified, the Mann Act has got to get a lot of people caught up. Exactly. This is what we've been talking about. It ain't been modified since Jack Johnson. And it was made for that reason. To stop black folks and white folks from interacting. They did that. They got, what's his name with that? Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry got that. Taking a woman cross state lines and she was underage. They've been using the Mann Act to take down black men forever. They have to modify the Mann Act. So that's one thing that this case has brought up that needs to happen. The Mann Act got to go. And I just told people about that before then. And this is why we as black people got to pay attention to laws and policy. Because this is what dictates you. This is what you live by. These policies are killing you. And you don't even know it. They made a change in the law in 1996. I think it was 95 or early 96 that possession of a firearm was a felony, automatic felony. Before, it used to be a misdemeanor if you didn't use it and you just got caught with one. They normally would take it with you. You go to court, you pay a fine, and it was over. In 1996, they changed the rule and made it an automatic felony. They changed the law. So when they changed the law, unfortunately for me, I just happened to have a firearm when they caught me. So it was an automatic felony on me for that. And I had to go to court, and I won, and I told you about that. Had 4 felonies, beat them all, didn't have to snitch on nobody. T's and tails, lies, and was paid by the prosecution. Oh, I believe that. See, the way they pay her is to push her videos. See, they pushed them up, and they got T's and tails. Oh, she's doing a good job of confusing these people. Don't matter. The jury is what matters. See, all of those people walked in there believing Diddy was guilty. Okay? They walked in there believing Sean Diddy Combs is a guilty man. Yeah, Art from Art of Dialogue. What was he thinking? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was on WIPs, CNN. Now ask yourself, why was this woman on Nancy Grace? She want to be the black Nancy Grace. She was on ABC, CNN, WIP picks. Why? That's y'all fault. I blame people fault. Anybody watching that broad right there, I'm going to tell you right there, that broad don't know what the hell she talking about. Oh, they must didn't get the memo. Hot 97 was like, as Diddy's thing is. I'm like, no, the decision's been made. What are they talking about?
None of these charges would ever stand up in a court
Look,
of
they
law
playing my video.
with all this circumstantial evidence. You know, who else could have done it is not considered evidence. Sean Diddy Combs is innocent of all charges. All the charges they said about him is lies. The prosecution is wasting taxpayers' dollars. They've cooked up this trial to come after this man for personal political reasons. And none of these charges would ever stand up in a court of law with all this circumstantial evidence. You know, who else could have done it is not considered evidence. It's a sad situation and a sad day for law if this is able to stand. Because if you can get this far in a courtroom and have a man locked up behind bars until his court date, when you have no evidence to prove any of these claims, like this case should have been dismissed a long time ago, should have been thrown out. Even if they find him guilty, he'll appeal and then the judge will throw this stuff out. But the problem is he's going to get found guilty in front of the whole world. And then when they throw it out, it'll be somewhere on page 36. The witnesses, the majority of them were lying. They have civil cases. Money is their reasons. They've even said it on the stand. All of these people are motivated by money, that they would rather send this innocent man to jail. A domestic violence case, that's all this is. This is a relationship. A man's a swinger. That's his personal business. I followed this case from the first day to the last day. And that's all it is. This is a nothing burger. I knew it when I saw the reports. The filing is only like 9 pieces of paper. A one-man RICO charge? A criminal enterprise where there's no other conspirators or co-conspirators. They're not charged. If they're the co-conspirators, where are they? It's so stupid. I mean, it's like we become desensitized with common sense. We don't use it anymore. We just go by what people say on social media instead of doing research or watching the case. We just, brains gone. And we can't see what this is. This is scary for anybody in the future, any man in the future. This is scary if this is able to stand.
Yep. And shouts out to me for putting that out before they even went there and did everything they needed to do. Oh, we're going to get to it. Now, at 9:15 Eastern time, we're going to give you everything because we've been giving you everything that's been happening in the courtroom. So let's go ahead and get this done the right way. At 9:15 a.m., Diddy's in the courtroom talking to Mark Agnifino, also in the well, Shapiro, Westmoreland, Driscoll, Brian Steele. The prosecutors are nowhere to be seen. It's just Diddy in there. So 9:30 a.m., right? Sean Combs is now talking with his lawyer, Nicole Westmoreland, while 4 other lawyers are huddled up to the side. Diddy stands up asking marshals, is he allowed to speak to his family seated in the front row? now back into this holding cell, right? 9:54 a.m. The only person at the three lawyers table is Diddy and Mark Agnifino. He got purple ties, working with his cell phone and two thumbs. Diddy's family has cleared out from the front of the gallery for now. 10:01. There's movement in the courtroom, right? Diddy and other lawyers have returned. There's word of a jury note, nothing confirmed yet. 10:03, word is given that there is a verdict in the U.S. versus Diddy case, and we'll continue live tweeting. Everybody's like, so by 10:06, the prosecutors have filled their seats in the front of the table. Diddy has still not been brought back into the courtroom from his holding cell. 10:10, Diddy has been brought back in the courtroom by the U.S. Marshals. He is seated with Brian Steele on his left. His family is in second row of the gallery. And Judge Sumerian says, we have reached a note at 5:52 a.m. It reads, we have reached a verdict on all accounts. Anything to address before we bring the jury out? Everybody says no. The judge he tells everybody maintain order while the verdict is being read and until we have the jury out. And they said, I'll ask the deputy to bring out our jury. Diddy remains seated. His 8 lawyers are standing up. They all rise. Diddy stood up. The judge entered. We have received your note, juror number 5. Have you reached a verdict? We have. Is it unanimous? It is. Please provide the verdict to the deputy. The deputy picked it up. The deputy inquires to the verdict. In the matter of the U.S. versus Combs, count 1, not guilty. The juror number 5 said not guilty. Deputy, sex trafficking of Cassie Ventura, not guilty. Deputy, transportation for prostitution, guilty. So the deputy said, Jane, for sex trafficking, not guilty. Deputy, transportation for prostitution for Jane, guilty. So judge said, I'll ask the media not to question jurors about their deliberations. Jurors, you can contact our chambers. You gave up a lot these 10 weeks. It is inspiring. You work together, rain and shine. You answered the call of public service. That should give us hope. I will need to address a few matters with the lawyer. Then I will come back to meet with you, jurors. All rise to the jurors. So the jury exit for the last time. And they said, I'll hear any application then about a sentencing date. And then Agnifino said he should be released. He is no longer charged with sex trafficking or racketeering. Plane has been chartered. It's in Maui. He does not have access to his plane. This is the first conviction, and it's a prostitution offense. He should be released. His family is here, and he could sign a bond. He should be released today to go back and live at 2-Star Island. Judge said, this is just coming up right now. I will hear from the government in a moment. Are you proposing he just walk outside now? Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Are you prepared? Are you proposing he walk out now? Yes. You've been having this man locked up for no reason. You had him locked up on some bull in the beginning. He should have been out on bond. He should have been out on bond. What's up, my kid? I was waiting for you to get in here. I was waiting for you to get in here. You see these clowns now? You hear them now? They crying.
Combs is crying. I'm gonna watch all of them today. Oh, they gonna get their view from me today. Oh, they gonna get a view from me today. Dumb bastard getting a view. Teaser Tails, Nancy Grace, TMZ, or anybody that was saying and talking about he going down, he getting locked up. Oh, I'm listening to all y'all today. You best believe that. What case was you listening to? Y'all was just pushing an agenda. And now that agenda exploded right in your face. And dumb bastard, I'd have been taking your 10K. I'm trying to tell you, I'm so hard with this shit. Hey. So, after they said that, the judge said, "Are you proposing $1 million bond?" He said, "Yes," and travel to Florida, New York, and LA. And Comey said, "The found guilty shall be detained until the judicial officer finds he is not likely to flee or be a danger. The defendant has a maximum sentence of 20 years. Even while faced with this case, he's assaulted Jane. Here in New York, preparing to surrender, he had drugs in his hotel room. We're ready to commit the same offense." He was ready to commit that same offense. Judge says, I'm not going to resolve this second. I need to review the statutes. Ms. Comey, do you have a case in which bail was denied after a conviction under the Mann Act? You may confer and come back. We plan to be here the whole day. So they finna be there the whole day to go through this. So Comey's like, "I am aware of cases involving minors, but we intend to raise." She's like, "I'm aware of some cases involving some minors, but we intend to raise relevant conduct at sentencing, the drugs and the violence." And it's just like, "I like the letters from each side. When and what's going on?" She was like, "In a few hours." And the judge said, "I think that makes sense. Mr. Combs does not want to go back into the MDC." He's shaking his head. So 1 p.m., the letters, and we should convene in the afternoon. I'll let the parties know when. Agnifino said he would be a fool, which he is not, to violate any conditions. Right. And so the judge left the courtroom, and then there was a loud clapping and cheers as Diddy is led back to the holding cells. The Diddy people are up. They outside lit, baby. Ooh-wee. They are up lit. Now let's get it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Tired of these people lying, man. These people coming in there lying on the Diddy, man. Go ahead, Diddy. Diddy finna be back home with it, baby. Go ahead, Diddy. Now, Diddy, when you get home, this is important, Diddy. When you get home, no goddamn freak offs. I mean, do not freak off. Do not sleep with nobody. Believe me, let her sign a piece of paper. If she walk in, videotape her signing a piece of paper, say, "Yes, I am here to sleep with Mr. Combs," suck him off, do everything, and it is all on consensual, and here's my stamp of approval. I'm taking a piece of my hair, and I'm pricking my finger with my fingerprint in look, I have sealed this damn thing. My lawyer's here to make sure this is legit. Lawyer, Agnafino, is this a legal document? It is legally binding. You can now F Mr. Combs. Hey, Outlaw, your favorite guy. Diddy finna come home, baby. Oh, Gene gonna be mad. Gene Deal gonna be mad as hell, boy. Gene Deal gonna be mad. Gene gonna be, man, that's a fool. They should have locked him up for what he did in the bathhouse. The Turkish bathhouse. He tried to take my life. He was 3 hots in the cot. I bumped my toe when I this morning. And after I bumped my toe, I said, it must have been Diddy. It was on my mind. I felt something. You know how much power that man got? He probably bought that whole jewelry. And I stand on that. Ask Chaz and all of them. He sent bottles to the table. I said, send that back. I don't want it. Man, I was like, dude, you gotta let that go, bro. If you got a problem with that man, address that man. You know what I'm saying? Either address that man or let it go. Otherwise, you are weakening your point because you ain't saying nothing that's really new. You just hating on the man. You ain't following nothing in the trial, nothing in the case. Anything they say about Diddy that he did, you just going along with it. And that's foul. You're doing a disservice to people. That's how I see it. I see it as a disservice. Yeah, dumb bastard wanted to bet me 10 bands. And I'm like, I'm not going to bet you 10 bands because I know that what they going to do here. The stuff you thinking, he ain't going to go on RICO and he ain't finna go on no sex trafficking. All the big stuff, he ain't going on. The little stuff, they going to get a conviction just so they can keep their streak going. Hey, what was the verdict? Oh, the verdict is all 5 counts were different. Yes. Count 1, racketeering, not guilty. Sex trafficking of Cassie, not guilty. On count 2. Transportation of prostitution, he was found guilty. Sex trafficking of Jane, not guilty. And they got guilty on transportation of prostitution for Jane. So they got him on the Mann Act for the transportation because they didn't even, he was going to be found not guilty all the way across the board. This is why they came in to get confirmation. They called in, that's why they asked yesterday for the note to go over the testimony again because it was finna be clear. Diddy was clear on everything. And the racketeering charge, they was stuck because they were trying to figure out, does all of this really matter? No, there's no racketeering at all. At all. There's zero racketeering. Just throw that case out. Like, RICO charge? Really? It's like, okay, we screwed up here. Get that out of here. Well, the fight is still going on right now because Diddy's like, look, I'm ready to go home by noon. I'm not going back into the HDDS. I'm going home now. I'm putting up $1 million bond. Now you wanted him, he was ready to put up 50. Now he's going to put up $1 million and he up out of here. Because see, he ain't been found guilty of no racketeering, which the RICO, or prostitution. So you got nothing but this Mann Act holding him. That's why he said, I'm going home. They were like, well, he's facing a minimum of that. And plus he had drugs in his hotel room. There's other people in that room, babe. Stop playing. Your game is up, babe. Your time is up. You can play that BS now. Oh, that guy gonna break the internet. He probably asleep. Somebody gonna wake his ass up. He's somewhere slobbing on his damn self. They gonna wake up, dumb bastard, and he gonna be. Diddy guilty? They got him. He gonna do 50 years on that trafficking there. They said 20. That might turn into 50. Oh man, I told you this was a political thing, man. I tried to tell you. They got what they wanted. They wanna go ahead and humiliate this man. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to humiliate him. This was a public tar and feathering of a black man. A successful black man that they knew he wasn't guilty for this. They charged him for what he does in his bedroom. That's what I was like, dog, if y'all are sitting here, that's what I'm like, any black man or any man who sat there and was okay with that. Like, dude, this is like, man, look, he's sleeping. That's nasty. That's what they do. Him and his girl and Cassie and Jane, they knew what they was doing. They were there for the money. That was obvious. She was down. Ain't nobody forced her to do nothing. There wasn't no coercing, none of that. She was coerced. Shoot, she wasn't coerced. He gonna do 20 years. He ain't for a Mann Act violation. Are you crazy? This man was flying out grown men who are not prostitutes. They are escorts and they are entertainers. So this thing will get appealed and will be removed off the record. Same thing they did Jonathan Majors. Remember, I told you that. That's why I say pay attention to that. Yeah, all these other platforms. And the whole time I've been sitting here telling it right. Because I wasn't going one side or another. I'm reading the evidence. I'm going right off the words they were saying in court. And they still in court right now. They never said they were prostitutes. They call that's what I'm talking about, Ray L. We sat right here. Nobody. They were called entertainers. Even the prosecution called them entertainers. Called them escorts. They're escorts and entertainers. Nobody called them prostitutes. Well, the fight is still going on because Diddy's trying to get out of there. They trying to keep Diddy in there, and it's like, what you trying to keep him in there for? Diddy ready to go. Let him go. You ain't got no reason to hold him. Now he was like, we got to get rid of. They got to get R. Kelly up out of there. They got R. Kelly on the Mann Act too. You got to get, y'all got to get better lawyers, Kels. Kels, you got to get better lawyers, man. You ain't had that Diddy money. Diddy had the best lawyers in the game. Not guilty, and I'm filthy. No, I'm gonna let him live. I'm gonna let him live, man. And you know what? F him. I'm gonna send it to him anyway. Not guilty, and I'm filthy. All right, Cassie's lawyer has put out a statement. Oh, Cassie's lawyer has put out a statement after it didn't go their way. She just wanted the money anyway. She can care less what happened to the Diddy man. But she got her bag, so she finna chill. He said, this entire criminal process started when our client, Cassie Ventura, had the courage to file her civil complaint. Why she didn't file a criminal one? All right. Civil complaint in November of 2023. Although the jury did not find Combs guilty of sex trafficking Cassie beyond a reasonable doubt, she paved the way for a jury to find him guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. By coming forward with her experience, Cassie has left an indelible mark on both the entertainment industry and the fight for justice. We must repeat with no reservation that we believe and support our client who showed exemplary courage throughout this trial. She displayed unquestionable strength and brought attention to the realities of powerful men in our orbit and the misconduct that has persisted for decades without repercussion. This case proved that change is long overdue, and we will continue to fight on behalf of survivors. Go to hell. This chick was in there like, I'm always ready for a freak off. Pee on me. Sign me up. Where's the next freak out? And you sitting here talking like she's some angel. Angel smelling like a goddamn urinal. Diddy had that dirty money, no pun intended. The judge must grant bail because he was not convicted of the serious charges, most notably RICO. Exactly. They got no reason to keep him. And now he's going home on bond, $1 million bond. I'm going to the crib. I'm going to Miami, New York, LA, and you ain't gonna stop me. And the government, we oppose. Oh, no, you do, you bunch of hoes. All 5 of y'all gonna be on the rag tonight. Diddy going home. And ain't nothing y'all gonna do about it. Ain't nothing y'all raggedy, that damn lice in your hairs, broads gonna be able to do about it. And take T's and tails with you. Since she love you so goddamn much, take her tired ass with you. The black community don't want her no more. We do not consider you part of the black community. Kick rocks. I mean, if you was him, would you stay on your live? He's like, he got off his live real quick. Dumb bastard ran up off that live. Like, okay, dumb bastard. Y'all ran up off that live real quick today. No, y'all got a lot to say. Go, you can break the internet tonight. Cause see, it's still going down. Telling me what was what. No, see, cause I'm cooking. I'm cooking. No, you ain't cooking, you just talking shit. We talking about what's going on in the case. If you ain't talking about what was in the transcripts, then we ain't talking. Can't talk to me if you ain't seen them transcripts. Everybody's on it. That's what I'm talking about. You see, yeah, so everybody talking about this decision. I tried to tell people. Now they know. Now they understand. Sometimes people don't believe it until they see it. Yeah, you got to make people see it. Man, I'm telling you, she cute, but teaser tails gotta go. I'll be like, babe, you fine, but the way you act, I can't deal with it. Can't deal with it. You gotta go. See, things you do can make you ugly. And she ugly right now. Yeah. I ain't asking her out on no date. If I ask that chick out on a date, it'll be get her in the room to cuss her ass out. They gonna be Sino going in on her. I don't hate the man at all. You hate him. I don't know why you hate him, but I don't hate the man. He's just on the his morals got twisted. She was on Nancy Grace. She been on Nancy Grace like all through this trial. He ain't getting no 20 years. He ain't getting nowhere near no 20 years. Because see, like, let's say if this the Mann Act, right? And they're toting minors. Like if they got minors and they're bringing minors back and forth, then that's different. It's a whole different experience. Like it's different, right? These are grown men that's flying back and forth. Like, come on. Good. Tell her to cry, baby, cry. I can care less about her tears. I want to see them tears. Somebody tell me she live right now. We don't give a fuck about how you feel. It ain't about you, you dizzy ass broad. We gonna talk about how I feel. We don't give a damn about your feelings. Who cares about your feelings? You ain't on trial for your life. And we're gonna talk about how I feel. Give a damn about how you feel. This dizzy bitch talking about some, and I'm gonna tell him about how I feel. Nobody gives a rat's ass about how you feel. Like she was the one on trial. See, that's what I'm talking about. Same delusion. It just don't end. Yeah, not Boosie come out. Great day in hip hop. Diddy, not guilty. Oh, they don't want, this is what we talk about all the time. They can't take it. No, they can't. Everybody's bad. Everybody been losing it today. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody been losing it. Everybody been going crazy today. Let's go over how they lost the trial. I think that's very essential here. How did they lose the trial? How did they lose this case? Now, since everybody's willing to listen to me and know that I was right, all of a sudden, I don't know why they couldn't see that before, but since now you know I was right, shouts out to Crown Heights. Mm-hmm. I was like, I went off them transcripts, dog. We went off the notes. We wasn't going off emotion like these other fools did. Yeah, Kwame Brown was like, man, I'm live right now giving you your props. You call this one. I was like, dog, I've been calling all of them down the line. That's why the government been mad at me. They probably didn't come out to my ass next. But why you think they were hacking my phone? Every live stream I did, this is the first one I could do from the office. I wasn't able to do this up here. That live streams at all up here. They were hacking my live streams. Talking about they recording them. For what? I'm not the one on trial. Worry about the person you got on trial. Worry about doing your job in the courtroom. That's what you should have been doing. Because that's where you lost the case. You put people on the stand because you had a weak case to begin with. But you put people in there that sabotaged your own case. You kept throwing witnesses up there like the more people you throw up there, the better it was going to be. No. That was the biggest mistake you made. You didn't land your plane. You piled on and you were getting away from the actual charges. It took you a whole week of just having people go in there talking about abuse. And it's like, damn, this is not a domestic case. And like the judge had to tell y'all to get to it because they're like, can y'all really get to we haven't even gotten to any of the charges yet. We're just talking about abuse. And they kept trying to shock and awe the jury instead of, it's a dog and pony show. Instead of saying, okay, I'm going to distract y'all with this. Remember, look at these photos. See? She got a bruise. It's like, this ain't a domestic case. That ain't working. You got to stick to the evidence. We got all the evidence, all the notes. The same thing that I was talking about, the jury got. They heard all them people lying. You can't tell them to unhear this doggone person lying. You put a woman on the stand, y'all blew. That evidence was huge. To show that, talking about Diddy dangled her off of a doggone balcony. That hurt y'all so much. And talking about it happened on that date. And when they said, no, it did not. Diddy was in New York. He wasn't in California, and he was with Cassie. So Cassie couldn't be there, or Diddy couldn't be there. Cassie said she saw it. And she texted KK talking about some, guess what I heard, when she heard about it. So why would Cassie say, guess what I heard? But in her lawsuit, she said she saw it. And they both had two different stories. So it was messed up to begin with because Diddy had the best forensics team there is. They know how to find the dates on photos that you don't know about. And the prosecution, they were stupid. They blew the fact that they didn't even find the date on the photo. They just took her word for it. So when it says no, the photo she took of her with them bruises was on the 26th. That's a fact. Because they were like, well, maybe it was the 26th, Your Honor. It could have been the 27th or the 28th. They were like, no, it can't. Because see, the time stamp is on this photo. The photo was on the 26th. So you can't say it happened on the 28th, 29th, 30th. It happened, Your Honor. That's the thing we know. He did it. How do you... Who else could it be, Your Honor? It could be her drug dealer that she get the drugs from, that she uses because she's a drug addict, like Cassie's a drug addict. Her and Cassie and her drug buddy all the goddamn time doing drugs. She ain't got the money for it. He probably smacked her up and hung her ass over the balcony. And she blamed that on Diddy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, y'all were so inept at y'all jobs today. The prosecution needs to be, see, tease and tails, you know what you need to do? The person that you was praising and saying, oh, she did such a good job today. No, she didn't. She sucked. All of them sucked. They were terrible at their job. Absolutely terrible. They sat there and allowed the witnesses to really give up all the information. And y'all was talking about, well, they ain't got nobody, they ain't got no witnesses. Oh, why Diddy ain't got no witness? They ain't called no witness. Why would they call a witness? You have provided no evidence. There's no need for me to do nothing. There's nothing here. Like 50 was laughing like, man, this idiot lawyer, don't hire this man. Agnafino did exactly what he was supposed to do. He made them look like fools in the courtroom to the jury. That's why you don't listen to TMZ. You don't listen to none of these fools that don't know what they're talking about. That man did exactly what was needed. This man has been doing it for a long time. He knows how to work a jury and how to point to the prosecution and point to them like these fools. They provided nothing. You have no evidence, nothing. Picked it all apart. They was like, and y'all trying to play that old sympathy card for Cassie. The way he took such a risk, the way he put down Cassie. Oh, you thought, see, that backfired on y'all. Because, see, you destroyed what you created. The prosecution. This is what really lost y'all the case. Let me tell you. They brought Cassie in. She was pregnant. She had her dress on. She looked like a victim. She sat up there. She cried. And she looked like a victim. Then, down the road, when everybody forgot about Cassie and they started seeing the transcripts, reading all about Cassie and all the stuff she was saying, Cassie's at home having a baby and everything. You know what we got to? Y'all wanted to get to watching the freak-offs. Now, the whole image of her being pregnant with the thing, with the tears, is all gone. Now you got the text messages, and they matching it up with this slutty old Cassie, getting down, throwing it back, getting peed on, like, give me some OD, give me some OD. Getting finished on. They watching that Cassie. So now, all the image you just did and created in the beginning, putting her on the stand, you've just destroyed it. Now you've destroyed your entire case by showing the freak-offs at the end. Now that's all the Cassie they see. Now that's the Cassie they see because that's the Cassie they needed to see. Because the Cassie they saw on the stand ain't the real one. This is the one y'all talking about. The one that's the freak-off in these doggone videos. You showed them videos and they said, oh no, that girl was damn sure in on that. She don't look like she resisting and having a bad time at all. She's all the way in. If you read the text messages, the government did such a terrible job, they were hiding text messages. That's another thing you've done wrong. You guys blew this whole case because it was nothing there to begin with. You were hiding text messages from the doggone HSI. When you made your charts, you left text messages off the goddamn chart. because it didn't fit your case. Yeah, she would still sleep with Diddy again. That's what's crazy about it. But the thing is they took out text messages that was clearly saying, Cassie saying, like, I'm always ready to freak off. This is what hurt them. This is what messed up their entire everything they was doing. Once the HSI guy, they said, you had your summary charts, right? Was this there? No. Was this there? No. Was this there? No. Did you see this message here? Yeah. Do you see any emojis? They've been removed, right? Why would the government remove emojis off of a text message? That's part of the text message. Once you're doing that, you're basically tainting the evidence of what you're implying as evidence. Oh, Diddy's not getting no years for this. No, that stuff is going to get removed anyway. Right. No time served. He's already spent time in jail. There's going to be time served, and then he's going to get that removed off his record. And as soon as he appeals it, they're going to take off the emojis that Jane put on her text messages. Hers with the hard eyes, like, yay! Like she was really excited to do the freak offs. All of the stuff like her water dripping from the mouth emojis. The government wiped all those off. Come on, prosecution. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Tenny Garregos, Mark's daughter, is the #1 in the country in collecting evidence. #1 in the country in collecting evidence. That's why you hire her to be on your team. This is why you have 8, 9 lawyers. That's the RICO statute. And he got that for Jane, for traveling Jane around and all that. I was right the whole time because my lawyer was right the whole time. My lawyer does this for a reason, for a living. What do you think? I was joking? When he was giving me the legal terms and telling me, he's like, hey, no, this is why this is not there. Like he said, you can't have RICO without goddamn profit. I've been telling y'all this. And this is why this what really irks me is that people try to act like I just made that up. No. My lawyer, when I say my lawyers told me this, the lawyers I talked to said, look, I do RICO. Like, this is what I do. If there's no profit, how the hell, sex is the profit? He's not making anything of it. You can't say he has a criminal empire when his money doesn't come from anything with a RICO. He's not making drug money. He's not making money off prostitution. How the hell is a RICO? And if it's a RICO, where the hell is everybody? Snow. How do you get there? That's what the lawyer says. How the world do you get here? How do you even file that? That's his words. He's trying to figure out, how do you file that? As a prosecutor, this is why the government of New York sent these 5 white women to do it. They didn't want to put their very best out there. The dude who was in charge of the case, they replaced him with this woman, Comey. And once they replaced him with Comey, I knew it was. I was like, okay, we know what this is. These definitely ain't the best of the best. I told y'all that already. This ain't the government's best. They were just here to humiliate Diddy. That's all it was. Because they were horrible. They still horrible now. She's still trying to fight. No, Your Honor. He's a bad man. He's a danger. He's a risk. He still might go somewhere. They're like, look, this man would be stupid to violate it now. He has no racketeering on him, no prostitution. There's no need to keep this man away from his family anymore. Do you think he should just walk out now? Yes, he should be allowed to walk out now. This is ridiculous. Everybody knew this case was one of the cases that people are going to use as a statute. If this was allowed to go down, and this would affect law all the way over for Mann, any charge. But one thing has been determined today: the Mann Act has to go. That's a fact. It has to be modified. And if it's not modified, we'll be repeating these same steps all over again for somebody else. For somebody else. And I'm going to let y'all know something too. Kanye, you ain't in the clear yet. And 50 Cent, don't think you clear either. They coming for you, both of y'all. Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Jay-Z, 50 Cent. Jay protected by the NFL, so they can't touch Jay. Okay? They can't touch Jay. They can't get Jay. The government death show can't get Jay. So they got, no, it's 50 and Kanye they really after. Fifth better be careful. He playing around, but Fifth, they'll come after you. Even though you have been pro on their side, they will come after you. There's a way. I'm not gonna put it out there for them to go on, but if they want to, they know they got that in the bag. Okay. I mean, they can play around if they want, because that person definitely wants you. So she want to get you. No, Jay got a deal. Jay had a fight with Busby. The judge dismissed Busby's case yesterday, but Jay-Z refiled it in an appeal, and he will win the appeal. So hopefully all of y'all are on my Patreon today. Today the Patreon been loaded. We have been loaded. Yes, sir. Yeah, so we'll definitely show y'all what time it is. This is what's on the Patreon today. We got Prince Stories Part 3 is up. The Devin Haney was abusive during pregnancy. That's what the girl said. When Jay-Z and me went face to face, Jay-Z was staring me down. This is what happened when I took this picture of Beyonce and Jay. You see Jay looking dead at me. Jay was looking right at me. Well, see, that's the thing. When your credibility is shot because you want to play a role and go for views, and now your integrity don't mean anything no more. OVO is facing internal issues due to Drake. Yep, we got all the information in this video. The F1 movie review. We have the actual, you can PDF file it yourself. We got the Drake new defamation complaint motion. Okay, those y'all saw. Prince Stories Part 2. Prince Stories Part 1. We dropped them. We dropped all three back to back to back. Drake trying to take Kendrick out in the UK, the winners of the draft, the closing arguments, we did that. My thoughts on B. Simone, y'all saw that. And then this. Then the war against strip clubs has begun. So, yep, Patreon is rocking, baby. The Patreon is rocking. Then we had the debate, best 3 hip hop.
Jimmy, I can't see you that.
Y'all remember that? The best 3 hip hop albums in a row. So don't forget to sign up to join the Patreon. It's your boy Carcino here saying thanking you once again. Let me check back because they still in court. So hold on. Don't go nowhere yet. Let me go ahead and check the court because they still in there to see if Diddy's getting out today, this afternoon. And what the bond is going to be. It's on the judge. So the judge is going to have to let him go. Oh, definitely. Well, right now, the House committee rules is up there. Once they make the decision, I'll be back. So, all right, I'm going to get out of here, but I'm going to be back when they make the decision. So don't forget to sign up to the Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. It's real easy if you got the Patreon. I want to see all of y'all on the Patreon. we got stuff for free over there. But that's what I'm saying. Everybody over here should be on the Patreon because all this information we was telling y'all early on there. You would have known about Jenny Buss selling the team months ago. Yep. So, all right, I'm out. I'm going to hit y'all up a little later. Let's get it.